What's up, guys? Hope everybody's doing well and having a great day. I have a lot of cool things I want to share with you guys in this video. One of them being a video from the cockpit of an airplane. This video footage was sent in by Brett Strahan. Not sure of the date, but you're going to see something come up next to an airplane that's moving over 300 miles an hour and come to a complete stop. Check this out. Video once again from the cockpit of an airplane. They were talking about whatever it was that came up next to the airplane at an incredibly high rate of speed, stopping. So what I did, I took the original video, put it in slow motion, and then I zoom in on this thing, and then I'm going to modify the format just a little bit, trying to pull forward any recognizable features. I don't know what we would recognize flying outside of an airplane at around 300 miles an hour at over 20,000 feet, but right there it is. Came up to the airplane, stopped, and then took off again. This thing appeared to be black. It was a dark color, had an unusual shape. It seemed to have something maybe following it. I don't know. I've never seen anything quite like this. There's the wing of the airplane. Here's the object. I zoomed in on it right here, whatever it may be. I'm certain it's not a bird. Obviously, it wasn't another airplane. Here, I put it in slow motion. Are you serious right now? Here it comes again. Very quickly, entered the field of view, appearing literally out of nowhere, but from somewhere. It appeared to be traveling in front of the plane, stopping on a dime, in midair, by the way, and then going back the opposite direction. And right there it goes. And that was in super slow motion. Coming up in the next segment, I did some modification work, again, trying to pull forward anything that might be recognizable. And there wasn't, of course, anything recognizable about this. Here I zoomed in on it, and it was just a very unusual black object that appeared to be under intelligent control. What comes up next to an airplane, stops, then goes in reverse in the opposite direction? Nothing that I'm familiar with. Here it is in an inverted format. Light is dark, dark is light. There's the object right there, whatever it may have been. Don't think it was a balloon. They were up at 20,000 feet. And I'm certain it wasn't a bird. A bird couldn't pull off that type of maneuver. I don't know too many things that could. It appeared to be, once again, coming from the opposite direction of the airplane. Came up to the airplane, stopped, and then started moving in the same direction as the airplane. Unbelievable. You can't make this stuff up. Thank you, Brett. Really appreciate that. Speaking of unbelievable, coming over here to the homepage of the website, I received these photos from Kelly out of Fairbanks, Alaska. Here's the original. There's number 1. Here's number 2. Something mysterious spotted in the sky above Alaska, Fairbanks to be exact, on March 28th of 2025. Here they are side by side. She looked up and saw this moving through the sky very slowly on the night of March 28th. Once again above Fairbanks, Alaska, during a recent geomagnetic storm right around a week ago. We've had yet another geomagnetic storm, and I've received some incredible photos sent in by Karina Watson out of Canada. Check this out. Right there's the storm less than 24 hours ago. You can see on the planetary K-index. Here's some of the photos that were sent in by Karina from last night out of Canada. Are you serious right now? Those are absolutely stunning. Can you imagine stepping outside and looking up to that? Super cool photos by Karina out of Canada. I figured they had a nice light show up there with the recent geomagnetic storm activity. The K-index has been very busy the last 48 to 72 hours, and I received some excellent video footage and photos by Joseph out of St. Marie, Montana. I've also got an update I'll share with you guys here in just a minute on the freaky flashing light phenomena that's been going on and continues to go on all around the world. But I wanted to touch base real quick on the storm situation in the Central Plains. I just received this video footage from Deborah out of Bismarck, Arkansas from today, 10:30 this morning. The rain continues, the high winds, there's been tornadoes, flooding. You're going to see a tree branch fall over here in just a second off this tree right there. Power outages. You can see this is a street that is completely overwhelmed with water and debris, leaves, tree branches, you name it. This has been a long-duration storm event that is still going on right now as I do this video. I want to take you guys over to Selmer, Tennessee, where they saw a tornado a couple of days ago. And I just received these photos today sent in by Brittany Logan from Selmer, Tennessee. You can see the roof 90% gone off that home right there in Selmer. Large tree down in the front yard of the property, roof gone. And looking at these next photos, it looked like more than the roof came off. It looked like the entire structure came down following the very strong tornado that went through Selmer. Notice the trees all stripped back there of vegetation and branches missing, and the cars, every car and truck you see there in that photo sustained some sort of damage. Once again, following the very powerful tornado that went through Selmer, Tennessee. And here we go. Here's the flashing light phenomena update. This is still an ongoing global event. I've updated the map over here in the United States. It's now at 383. I have a folder that has nearly 500 examples that I'm still working on. And this first segment has narration. It's out of Wichita, Kansas by Shayla. Here we go.
Mr. MB3, I just watched your video about this. I swear. It did this to our outdoor lights, and now it's doing to our indoor lights. Well, I'll tell you what, the aliens love to party.
What are the odds? And that's the second person that sent me a video. I received a video out of southwestern Florida, Punta Gorda. They had just watched my video when all of a sudden the lights in their dining room started flashing. And as you can see in this video footage sent in by Shayla, this light started flashing in her house after she watched the video of the flashing light phenomena that again is sweeping the entire earth. And moving on to video number 2, going to Sacramento, California. This video was sent in by Polenta from Sacramento as she was parked in front of this building here. These windows were reflecting the trees and parking lot lights behind her, and she noticed in the windows the lights behind her were blinking in broad daylight. Make sense. Sacramento's on the map. Thank you, Polenta. Really appreciate that. Going from Sacramento to Yakima, Washington. This one here is a real trip. Aaron Bolts, 4/4 of 2025, was driving down the highway. Talk about being alert. Watch the light on the front of this car malfunctioning. That's not the turn signal. Watch how this light is just flickering like it's malfunctioning. A turn signal has rhyme and rhythm, you know what I mean? That light was totally malfunctioning for whatever reason. We saw a video yesterday of a car going down the highway with the headlights flashing in broad daylight, and the people were not aware of it. And I'm sure these people weren't aware of that either. And again, that was not a turn signal. Moving on to video number 4, going to South Bend, Indiana. Video sent in by Steve from March 27th, 2025, when he noticed multiple lights at this intersection flashing. One over there, one back here, and one over here. At least 3. There looks like a 4th one back there behind that tree. Moving on to video number 5. This video was sent in by Big E out of West Virginia. There's 2 things in this video that I want to share with you guys. Last night we were coming home from a birthday party, and it was dark. In fact, it was well after dark. And I was looking around for flashing lights as we were on the highway. Look what Big E noticed in Virginia on the night of March 28th. Look at that one. He noticed a flashing light driving down the highway in West Virginia. Last night, coming home, we were in a similar setting on a freeway just like this. We didn't see any flickering lights, but we saw many lights that were completely off, and then we came across 4 in a row that were visibly on, but they were barely putting off any light, as if they were malfunctioning. They weren't flickering, but they were on the verge of flickering. It was very weird, and we had never seen anything like that. Normally, the lights are all on and working properly. Going to Lawrenceville, Georgia, this video sent in by Mary from the 26th. Flashing light on the garage of their house. For unknown reasons, in broad daylight. Moving on to video number 7, going to Texas. Video sent in by Christina from March 29th when she noticed the lights on this building malfunctioning, the signs in the window malfunctioning. Those are fluorescents. The lights on the overhang of the building are also the 48-inch fluorescent lights. Those are not LED lights right up there, and they are indeed malfunctioning, as you can clearly see right there. More examples of the global phenomena continues. Once again, I'm approaching nearly 900 total global. Coming over here to the homepage of the website, once again, today's feature photo sent in by Kelly out of Fairbanks of a mysterious ring, or a couple of rings in the sky above Alaska. Quick look at the GOES X-ray flux over here at the Space Weather Prediction Center. Just saw a small M-class solar flare in the last 2 hours. Looking at the Earth-facing side of the sun, have a few sunspots in active regions, but not much going on, to be honest. There's been a lot of activity in the planetary K-index. That's why we've been seeing auroras up in Montana and, of course, Canada, even up into Alaska. Hopping over to the Yellowstone supervolcano caldera, looking at the seismographs that monitor the mighty supervolcano. These seismographs monitor the volcano for earthquakes and magma intrusion, and they've both appeared over here in the last 24 hours. You can see signs of earthquake activity here at the Grant Village seismograph. That's what the red vertical lines represent. The dark blue represent magma intrusion. Looking at the power outage situation here in the United States, right now there's 110,000 customers in Arkansas without power due to the ongoing storm situation. This video that we just saw was from 10:30 this morning, just a few hours ago. Once again, over 100,000 without power in Arkansas, 35,000 without power in Texas, and 56,000 up in Michigan, nearly 57 without power, 96,000 without power up in Ontario following the large ice storm that moved through nearly a week ago. Thanks for the photos and videos, guys. Keep them coming. If you guys have any photos you'd like to share, you can send those to reports at MrMBB333.com. If you guys have any videos you'd like to share that are too large to attach to the email, come over here to the homepage of the website. Look for this red tab that says, Have a Large Video. It's a Dropbox. Drag and drop your videos into the Dropbox. Please include your first name, date, and location, and I'll take it from there. Thanks for watching. Have a super day, and be safe out there.